love it here!
Yes, it's so beautiful!
They came from England, 3 young travelers drawn by a land they had only seen in dreams. A place whispered about in legends, a valley cradled by the Himalayas, a name the world calls paradise on earth. Welcome back to Legend and Empire. Today, we're not just telling a story, we're living it. Join us as we follow the incredible journey of 3 English girls discovering the soul of Kashmir. Their adventure began on the tranquil, mirror-like waters of Dal Lake. Imagine waking up not to the sound of an alarm, but to the gentle lapping of water against a wooden boat. As the first rays of sunlight pierced through the morning mist, their traditional shikara boat drifted silently. They glided past floating gardens, bursting with life, and navigated through a bustling, vibrant flower market that bloomed right on the water. For these travelers, this was their first encounter with a life that moves to a different rhythm dictated by the gentle currents of the lake. Colorful houseboats, adorned with intricate woodwork, lined the shores like a string of jewels. Vendors in smaller boats approached with warm smiles, offering everything from fresh flowers to handcrafted souvenirs. The only sounds were the soft splash of oars dipping into the water and the distant call of a bird. It was a silence so profound it felt sacred. As one of them whispered, "It feels unreal, like we're sailing inside a painting." And in that moment, the boundary between dream and reality simply dissolved. This wasn't just a boat ride. It was an immersion into a world where time itself seemed to slow down, allowing every beautiful detail to be savored. From the serene embrace of the lake, they stepped directly into the vibrant, pulsating heart of Srinagar's old city. It was a complete sensory shift. The peaceful silence was replaced by a symphony of life. The narrow, labyrinthine streets buzzed with energy, each alleyway telling a story centuries old. The air was thick with a tapestry of aromas. The sweet, spicy scent of freshly brewed kahwa tea infused with saffron and cardamom. The earthy smell of spices piled high in market stalls, and the metallic taps of artisans hammering intricate designs onto gleaming copperware. The sounds were just as rich. The cheerful laughter of children playing cricket in a hidden courtyard, the melodic calls of vendors, and the gentle hum of daily life. To truly immerse themselves, the girls embraced the local culture. They donned beautiful, embroidered farans, the traditional Kashmiri cloak, feeling an immediate connection to the place and its people. Their culinary adventure was just as deep. They gathered around a table to taste Rogan Josh, a rich, aromatic lamb curry that exploded with flavor. Learning that food here is not just for sustenance, but a celebration of heritage. But what struck them most profoundly was the warmth of the people. They discovered that in Kashmir, kindness is a language spoken not with words, but through genuine, heartfelt smiles and open arms. A shopkeeper would invite them in for tea, not just to make a sale, but to share a moment of his day. A family would greet them as if they were long-lost relatives. As one of the girls reflected, the people, they welcome you like family. Every corner has a story. They were no longer just observing. They were participating, weaving their own thread into the rich fabric of Srinagar's living history. Their quest for paradise then led them upwards, ascending from the bustling city to the majestic highlands of Gulmarg. The name itself means meadow of flowers, but upon their arrival, it was a meadow transformed. A pristine, brilliant white blanket of snow stretched as far as the eye could see, sparkling under the winter sun. This was a different kind of beauty, stark, pure, and absolutely awe-inspiring. To get a true perspective of this winter wonderland, they embarked on a journey to the sky. They boarded the Gulmarg gondola, the world's highest porting cable car, and began their silent ascent. As the cabin climbed higher and higher, the world below shrank into a miniature landscape of snow-dusted pines. They floated through the clouds, suspended between the earth and the heavens. The air grew crisp and thin. Outside their window, delicate snowflakes danced in the air, seemingly close enough to touch. Reaching the summit, they stepped out into a world of pure white silence. The panoramic view of the Himalayan peaks, including the formidable Nanga Parbat, was breathtaking. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated wonder. Standing there, surrounded by the immense power and purity of the mountains, they finally understood the words of the ancient poets who declared, "If there is a heaven on earth, it is this, it is this, it is this." As one of them said, her voice filled with awe, "I've never seen snow so pure, so alive." In Gulmarg, they didn't just see the snow, they felt its soul. For their final stop, the journey took them to the gentle, lyrical landscapes of Pahalgam, the Valley of Shepherds. If Gulmarg was the majestic king of the mountains, Pahalgam was its serene, poetic queen. Here, the landscape softened into rolling green valleys, vast pine forests, and meadows that seemed to stretch into infinity. The soundtrack of this paradise was the constant, soothing music of the Lidar River, its crystal-clear waters, born from the glaciers high above. Tumbled over smooth stones, its song echoing through the valley. It was a place that invited quiet contemplation. The girls kicked off their shoes and walked barefoot along the riverbank, feeling the cool earth and soft grass beneath their feet. The air was fragrant with the scent of pine and wild herbs. They spent their days exploring the trails that wound through the forests, capturing every moment, not just on their cameras, but etching them permanently into their memories. They learned that the beauty of Pahalgam wasn't just in the grand vistas, but in the small details. The way the sunlight filtered through the canopy of the pine trees, the reflection of the sky in the river's eddies, the quiet strength of the mountains standing guard. This wasn't a place for rushing. It was a place for being. It was here, amidst the whispering forests and the singing river, that they felt the true emotional core of their journey. As one of them beautifully put it, Kashmir isn't just a destination, it's an emotion. As their journey drew to a close, they found themselves back where it all began, on the shores of Dal Lake. But this time it was evening. The sky was ablaze with the fiery colors of sunset, painting the mountains in hues of orange, pink, and deep purple. The calm water of the lake became a perfect canvas, reflecting the sky's magnificent spectacle. In the quiet of that twilight, the three travelers looked back, not just at the view before them, but at the entire journey they had undertaken. They reflected on the vibrant markets of Srinagar, the snowy peaks of Gulmarg, and the green valleys of Pahalgam. They came as tourists, with guidebooks and expectations. But they were leaving as something more. They were leaving as storytellers, their hearts full of the stories of the people they met, the kindness they received, and the overwhelming beauty they witnessed. They realized that Kashmir had given them a gift far more precious than photographs. It had given them a sense of peace, a feeling of connection, and a warmth that would stay with them long after they returned home. They understood that once you've truly seen Kashmir, once you've felt its soul, a part of you never really leaves. It remains a quiet, beautiful echo in your heart. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey with legend and empire. If this story of Kashmir touched your heart and awakened your own spirit of adventure, please show your support by liking this video and sharing it with someone who dreams of paradise. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the world is full of untold stories, and we're here to discover them